Much has been made about RBI, not being able to adhere to the inflation target. But I would request you to consider, just step back for a moment, pause for a moment, and think about if we had started the process of tightening earlier, what would have been the counterfactual scenario? What you prevent in the process doesn't get the kind of appreciation that it should get. We prevented a complete downward turn of our economy after recording negative growth in the year 2020-21. India's economy, bounced back in 21-22 and sustained in 22-23 and also next year. Now, how was it possible? If we had prematurely started tightening, there is a lot of public debate. I think history will judge. There will be several points of view expressed. But it is our sincere and firm belief, and especially in the early part of this calendar year, in January, February in particular, when we looked at the inflation trajectory, our assessment showed that the inflation during the year 22-23, that is the current financial year, the average inflation would be 4.5%, CPI headline inflation. We had done our scenario analysis. We had that time, nobody had thought that the oil prices, the crude prices will shoot up so much. We had done our internal analysis, assuming $100, and that time the oil, crude oil was about $82, $83. We had assumed $100, which was, the kind of extremely high level, which, so we just did a scenario analysis, and even then we found that the inflation is going to be around 5%. So we didn't want to upset the process of recovery. We wanted the economy to safely land in the turbulent waters through which the economy had been sailing through the period of COVID. We wanted the economy to safely land the shores, to reach the shores, and thereafter try and pull down inflation. But then on 24th February, you had the commencement of the war, and within a matter of 3-4 days, the crude oil prices, the commodity prices, the food prices, large number of countries are importers of food from that part of the world. Wheat gets imported. Edible oil gets imported. In India, we import a lot of sunflower oil from the Black Sea region. And when international prices of wheat went up, in India, despite India being a surplus, despite India being surplus in wheat, our domestic wheat prices also went up. And crude prices, it hit $130 per barrel, then it came down to about 120. And it stayed around 120, then it hovered between 110 and 120. So 24th February completely changed the entire picture. And it was not just our analysis of that during the current year, the inflation would be 4.5%. Even the professional forecasters had projected the inflation to be anything between 4.5% to about 5.1 or 5.2%. So that was the expectation. So therefore, the counterfactual also needs to be appreciated. In the process, yes, there has been a slippage in our inflation targeting, in our capacity, in our ability to maintain the inflation below 6%. But it would have been very costly for the economy. It would have been very costly for the citizens of this country. We would have paid a high cost.